What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a little bit of a look at, I'm fairly sure, the very first Digimon cards that we have seen from BT6. Yeah, that's right. Over the past few days, we have actually seen a bunch of reveals from those upcoming starter decks. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we've actually got BT6 reveals. I, for one, am absolutely delighted. So let's take a gander, shall we? What we've got is Sistermon Blanc and Sistermon Noir. These are two white cards, and they are white level 3 and level 4 cards. And this is actually, genuinely interesting to me, because if we take a little bit of a look at white Digimon, we have only seen level 6 and level 7 white Digimon so far. That is it. In fact, the only white level 6 we've seen is Diaboromon. We have only seen Diaboromon and a bunch of level 7s. And now, all of a sudden, we've got a level 3 and a level 4. Are they any good? Look, they're the first cards to be revealed from BT6, right? The first cards to be revealed are always good. It would be super weird if they weren't. So yes, obviously they're really good. How good are they? Well, let's start off with Sistermon Blanc. So what we've got here is a level 3, free cost to play normally, 3,000 power, no evolution cost. And we have seen this before. This isn't new anymore. We have seen that Loosemon is actually a level 3 that we have seen that doesn't let you digivolve into it. So it's not quite the novel thing it was before. But make no mistake about it, this is still super weird and looks uncomfortable. So that's kind of weird, the fact that you cannot digivolve up into it, but that's fine. Free cost to play normally, 3,000 power, that is at least fairly standard. Of course, it is kind of annoying, because if this is the only level 3 that you have in your opening hand, it means you won't be able to digivolve it from your egg that you've just hatched and draw yourself a card, which actually will be slightly annoying. Then we've got a very long, very wordy skill. When you have a Digimon with Hackmon in its name, or a Royal Knights type Digimon, all of your Digimon with Sistermon in their name get blocker. Nice! It's wordy and awkward. For anyone that's wondering, we haven't seen Hackmon yet. That's not terribly surprising, incidentally, because these are the first cards we've seen from BT6. We're probably going to see some Hackmon in BT6. There's a nice little tease for you. We don't actually know what this means, unfortunately. We will get there. Now, in terms of Royal Knights, we have seen a bunch of Royal Knights. We've got Old Force Vidramon, Leopardmon, Kentarasmon, Craniummon, Lord Nightmon, and all the various some of the various forms of Omnimon. All coming around here. Oh, and Gallantmon. I forgot to tell you about Gallantmon a moment ago. So my point is, we've got a bunch of Royal Knights. Now, you'll notice they are all level 6 and 7. So, essentially, you've got to get up to your level 6s and 7s in order to actually activate this skill. But that's fine. Essentially, this is a level 3, and it's only a free cost, right? And as soon as you get one of these Royal Knights down, and bearing in mind these are cards that are seeing play, a lot of them, and then all of a sudden, all of your Sistermon, they all get blocker. That's really cool. Now, we're talking a weak Digimon here. You don't necessarily want to block with it, but actually, after you've played it, why not do a bit of blocking? Oh, yeah. And when you play it, you draw 1. How cool is that? And the answer is very cool. We know it's very cool. It's Gabumon. We have seen this on Gabumon before. Gabumon from BT1 had this exact skill. The difference is it had 2,000 less power, but could digivolve from an egg. But again, it's a play skill, right? When you play it, you get to draw a card. That's like the main reason to play the card. You definitely don't want to digivolve into it. So it's basically a white Gabumon with more power and an extra skill, and it's a skill that can give all your Digimon blocker. There isn't a world this isn't a 5 Wasi card. This is an amazing card that should see a whole bunch of play. All of a sudden, Rookie Rush now have 8 cards they can play that are free cost and draw a card when played, which is a little bit good. It means white decks or non-blue decks can now have an option here to draw a card when they play a level 3, which is pretty gosh darn good. It means any of these decks that are playing Royal Knights can basically put a couple of these in, and bearing in mind they will give each other blocker. So you can just randomly play an Omnimon deck, put some of these in, and essentially you've got free cost to play blockers that draw you a card when you play them. Yeah. As long as you've got one of those Digimon I named in play, and there may well be more in BT6, we don't know, this basically becomes a free cost to play blocker that draws you a card when you play it. The translation we've got, I should say, comes from Jason Snowjacks. Thanks, Jason. And it says, all of your Digimon with Sistermon in their name, not all of your other Digimon with Sistermon in their name, which means it will give itself that skill. It will give itself blocker. That is pretty gosh darned awesome. So yeah, that's a ridiculous card. Then we move on over to Sistermon Noir, and we got a 4 cost to play normally, 5,000 power level 4. Again, does not evolve. So now we've seen our first level 4 that doesn't evolve. So you can't Digivolve this from a level 3. It has to be hard cast. Otherwise it would have an evolution cost, but it doesn't. 5,000 power is fine for a level 4. 4 cost to play normally is fine. But on both players' turn, all of your Digimon with Hackmon in their name, or Royal Knights type, gain an extra 2,000 power. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Hackmon, we have no idea. Presumably that's coming later. But we've got these Digimon like Omnimon, Old Force Veedramon, etc. And now all of a sudden, they are all getting an extra 2,000 power. And bearing in mind, this will stack. So if you play multiple of these Digimon, you will apply multiple of these effects, which is going to add up very quickly. In theory, you can have 4 of these down, and all of a sudden your Omnimon, Old Force, Veedramon, etc. are getting 8,000 extra power. That's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. That is an absolutely huge amount of power you are adding on here. And you're probably not going to have 4 of these in play at the same time, right? I'm not actually saying, oh, you're definitely going to have 4 of them. That's not really my point here. My point is that you can give yourself that little bit of a boost, and it's a free cost Digimon, and you play it down and you get that boost instantly, but actually it's not a free cost Digimon, because when you play it, you gain a memory. So it's a 4 cost Digimon, but you gain a memory when you play it. So in reality, it is a free cost Digimon, and it is a free cost Digimon that gives a 2,000 power boost to all of your Hackmon and all of your Royal Knights. That, ladies and gentlemen, is just a little bit silly good. That is a phenomenal card. And to be fair, you're now a free cost to play normally Digimon with 5,000 power. And I tell you what, that's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. That's not too bad at all. We don't see many free cost Digimon with that level of power that we've seen in the game so far. It's not generally what we see. Now, I'm not saying we haven't seen any. Betamon is a free cost that has 5,000 power. It's not completely unprecedented, but it is, shall we say, very, very rare. There are a couple of others, so yeah, it is a very but you'll notice Betamon is a Digimon that is vanilla. So it's not like you can just go, well, I've got Betamon and that's got a bunch of skills. No, it doesn't have any skills. It is literally just a vanilla Digimon that is a little bit more powerful. And to be fair, it's a level 3 that isn't even free to Digivolve, so this is blatantly better than that. I love this card as well. I think I'm giving this one I'm giving it between 4 and 5 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. What we've got here is basically a free cost to play level 4 that's pretty powerful, for the cost especially, that will boost up a whole bunch of regularly, widely played Digimon and give them a whole bunch of extra power. I cannot be the only one that thinks this is actually a really, really good pair of cards. I think these are both absolutely brilliant. And I think they're both going to see a whole bunch of play. These are, I mean, look, whenever they reveal the new cards from a new set, they're always particularly good at the beginning, because they want to kind of start us off with these good cards and get us excited. The fact that they're good isn't particularly unforeseen, but I don't really care, because they are both very good cards, and I expect both of them to see a whole bunch of play. But I want to know what you think, so let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassie Plays.